The ones that I see that make it the most are the ones that acknowledge that they don't know everything. These are the ones that are taking those sales courses, customer service courses, Facebook training, QuickBooks training, that they're always in a training program. I'm a true believer, if you want to earn more, learn more.
Let's get rocking and rolling. Well,
Okay.
Terry, thank you
Katelyn.
thank you so much for joining us today
My
on
pleasure.
Lion's Den.
Love
We're
it.
entrepreneurs. I can't with you. Oh, for those of you that don't know Terry is a ball of light. Everywhere she goes, she just makes you laugh and happy, and she is the queen of connections. But anywho, Lion's Den, we're entrepreneurs who roar.
Okay. All right.
Julian, cue the sound effects there.
Okay.
Awesome. So this is a podcast for a business owner that wears every hat in their business. And gosh, Terry, you've been in business for decades now.
29 years.
Yeah, almost 3 decades now.
Okay.
And I know you wear quite a few hats in your business. But before we get in and dive into all the business, the entrepreneur Terry, because I know you are a workaholic,
Yes.
who is Terry outside of business?
Oh my gosh.
I know,
We
that's a hard
don't really
question.
publish that.
Oh, Lord. Oh,
That
no.
is too fun.
So she's fun.
Yeah, you gotta hang with me, then you'll find it.
I don't think I can
salsa
hang.
dancing, love dancing, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. What do you
Love
know? Right.
Love it. Well, hey, I've actually been thinking about not only getting back into salsa, but swing, or maybe even like country.
That's all close to it. Same, almost same.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It really
The
is. But the
cumbia,
partner dance.
bachata.
Yeah, bachata. Yeah, merengue. I love it
Yes.
all. I don't know. There's something about like moving with people. Again, you are a queen of connection. Like you love that community.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Even in dance.
Yes.
What else about you? Where are you from?
I was born in Honolulu, Hawaii. I was an Army
Island girl.
brat.
Oh, Army girl.
So lived in Arizona, North Carolina, Germany, Georgia, Texas, lots of different times, and now Omaha, Nebraska.
So what brought you to, I mean, first of all, you're a serial entrepreneur, but
Correct.
a lot of people know you for Terry with ITEX.
Correct.
So what brought you to the entrepreneurial lifestyle?
I was a member of ITEX down in San Antonio, Texas, and it did some wonderful things for me. I had 3 children, single mom. Anyways, let me say, so I had a wedding, a $17,000 wedding, traded out $15,000 of that wedding being
Wow.
a member of ITEX.
Yeah.
And I fell in love with that whole process because of the things I was able to accomplish, put the wedding on steroids and I'm talking about, hey, his family came from Minnesota. We put him up in a hotel. We got him all rental cars on trade, went to the water parks, went to museums. We traded
Wow.
out for a whole weekend. It was July 6th, so it was 4th of July weekend. So it was, wedding, family, friends, everything. We did, it was a whole adventure.
$15,000 on trade. So
Correct.
$2,000 is what you paid out of pocket for your
Correct.
wedding. I'm getting married next year, as you very well know. So we're
Right.
talking about this later.
Absolutely. And the goal is when the wedding was done, there's no debt.
Yeah.
That is probably
Wow.
my passion, is about no debt. So can you imagine a life living like that?
A lot of entrepreneurs would love to hear those words, no debt in their life, especially those that have a lot of overhead. I mean,
Correct.
they have to take loans out. I mean, if things happen, like, I don't know, COVID.
We're going to talk about that.
Okay.
Let's talk about not being in debt, not being a slave to the bank. I don't have anything against banks. You need them
Yeah.
for your mortgage,
Yeah.
but you don't have to be a slave to those credit cards and the banks.
Yeah. So for those of us that don't know what ITEX is, what is ITEX?
We are a trade and barter organization. So better said, we're organized trade and bartering, because we have a record keeping system. We have a broker that helps you through. Maybe there's a challenge, or maybe there's creative thinking. Maybe we have to figure out, hey, the kid needs to go to college. We don't have the money. What do we do? So there's a lot of emotional intelligence that goes into the ins and outs of what we do for our clients.
Yeah, your slogan is barter better. When people ask me what is ITEX, I just say that, and they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, you're an entrepreneur. Do you not know what bartering is? I mean, when I first started out, I was doing that, and then I met you, and I'm like, that makes so much more sense. And the cool thing is about bartering with you is, for example, if someone needed my services, but I don't need their services, well, I can use that barter cash for something else I need.
Absolutely.
And you have, I mean, a ton of clients. I mean, we just said you're almost 3 decades into business.
Absolutely.
And that's what's cool. You have businesses that are startups to businesses that have been also almost 30 years in business as well. And so you have a wide variety of connections, and you're honestly a true leader here in Omaha. What is one challenge that has shaped you today to be that community leader that you are today, that entrepreneur that you are today? What's one life lesson?
See it over and over again. You see businesses start up in their mom and pop stores, and then they fail. And and a lot of it is cash flow. The banks aren't lending as like they used to, and that's of course what I'm against. But it's taking what they have, downtime, and leveraging it for things that they need to spend on. So the best way to say it is what we do for our client is we bring them more business over and above their already cash business. If everybody had all the cash they needed, they wouldn't need me. They could make it happen on their own, and some are out there doing that. Although we're able to take their downtime, if you're a dentist, a hair salon, or even a college, you have downtime in your business, or you have a schoolroom that could use more students. You pay for a teacher one time, and it doesn't matter if that teacher has 10 students or 20 students. It's the same expense. So why not fill that room up with other people? I mean, the story just goes on. It could be liquidations. Maybe you have 2,000 widgets to sell, but only 1,500 of those widgets sold, and then the market share flatlined. Nobody else wants your widgets here in Omaha. You have to find other avenues to sell it because it's just taking up shelf space. That I can turn that into barter credits. Those barter credits can pay for things just like cash can pay for. We don't have everything, but we have enough.
So you can barter with your time, for example, myself for social media services. That's myself and my team's time. You can barter your overstock, like you said. So, for example, if you're like a candle shop that has, holiday candles or whatever it is, they can do that as well.
Correct.
I mean, gosh, there's so much that you can really do. And then the cool thing is you also promote events for these companies as well, as what I've noticed is like, you're like, hey, again, you are a community queen. You want to just bring people together. One thing I have noticed is some people join ITEX and they don't really like understand it, or they don't know how to actually like utilize it. And I mean, shoot, I loved you since I met you. When I joined the first 3 months, it took me, you had to explain it a couple times. I remember too. And I feel like I was dumb. I was
it's a learning curve.
Like, what is this? Like, I do barter. Why am I so confused on what this actually is as a business? And I'm not the only one. And so, what is like the biggest misconception of bartering through ITEX, or what is something that you really just want to like, this is what it really is. And this is why every business, whether you're small or even large, could really use a service?
I think it comes down to communication, because either, one of my things I say, look, pay attention or pay cash, because of the fact that there are ads that are put out. Not everybody reads. Okay. Let's just face that. So if we could take that time, do the onboarding correctly and finding out what are their wants and haves. I did an onboarding for an attorney this morning. I didn't know he did LLCs. I didn't know he did business plannings for the clients, but he took the time, and it's a 20-minute conversation to understand it. I was using an intake form.
Yeah.
But just understanding who they are, their ins and outs, we're able to make recommendations. Probably my best sit down meetings are the marketing meetings. We probably barter $1.5 million in marketing a year.
Wow.
This is probably one of the biggest things clients need is to market
for just
their
your
business.
branch, $1.5 million a year.
Just my office.
Wow.
Our industry is an $18 billion industry. I have personally
for ITEX
nationwide.
Wow.
We're the largest United States bartering organization.
You're the only one
in
I've heard
Canada. Of. Right. Well, we rule the Midwest. We really do.
Wow.
And it's because I'm a stick to it.
And you also, I mean, the apple didn't fall too far from the tree, because I know there's some ITEX going on in Texas too. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Absolutely. I have 2 sons that grew up in the business that obviously they helped me negotiate, but many of them, we did their braces on trade. We got their starter cars. They did their karate lessons, their piano lessons.
Be a whole parent.
There you go. All their birthday parties were done on trade. We went to every Six Flags that we could trade out. In Disney, we traded out for the resorts. We didn't get the tickets, but we got resorts, and we did restaurants and pirate dinners, and that was a way of life for us. Wherever there was a barter member trading for vacation, that's where Mommy took the kids for vacation. That was 5 kids.
Can you guys imagine just like getting your vacation on trade and not spending a dime? Like in reality, you're spending ITEX cash.
Correct.
That's crazy.
Locally, we do about $300,000 in trading for family vacations. So that's huge for people that I find out has never left Nebraska.
Well, I want a cruise line for my bachelorette.
So I heard. So I understand.
Oh, I love it. So can you share maybe one of your favorite success stories over the years with ITEX? Or, we haven't really mentioned, I mean, this woman over here, like I said, she's a serial entrepreneur. So she has ITEX here in Omaha. And then, of course, Cinderella's formal gown rental as well. Well, I shouldn't say Omaha. You're technically in Ralston.
Right. But if you put Omaha on the letter, it comes to Ralston.
Yeah, it does.
Same
it
zip
does.
code.
It does. It does. And then she also is a property investor as well. And so, I mean, you are a woman on the run. That's all I have to say. So what is maybe a success story that you'd like to share with us that gives us all hope?
There's so many. So, if I own my own building. Yeah. Okay. So I was able to trade for haircuts, pizzas, dentistry, maid services. All those dollars that I was able to do is I saved up the cash, $40,000 put down on my building.
Wow.
And so, not a
bad idea.
Coincidentally, the building's paid for.
Yeah.
And so, and I live by that. Do you know if you don't have a car payment, that's $3,000 to $5,000 in interest, you don't pay the bank. So if you're able to save cash flow, that's what it comes down to. An entrepreneur, it is about their bottom line. Through bartering, you can create more cash flow, turning that into investments. My CPA said, okay, Terri, it looks like you're doing it right. You're taking your profits and you're purchasing real estate. You're
investing.
Yes.
Investing is key, especially, I look up to you for that as well, because you don't find a lot of women investors. In reality, especially to be independent, that is how you grow wealth. That's how you grow generational wealth. Is through property investment.
I was so fortunate to have great mentors. They just watched me grow, and they said, "Okay, you got something here. Let me teach you a few other skills." And I'm just, dumb enough to believe it, so I followed them. And
Your faith.
Yes.
I guess that kind of, I have to ask you this question now. What was there a moment in your career where you took that leap of faith that changed everything?
I've always believed in myself. When you have 5 children, there is no failing. There's only winning, because you have to support these children. Were in Catholic school, so that first $36,000 of income I made went to them. And so as a mom, you have to show your children, you know, what are your next steps? This is what, you know,
You're their role model.
I'm their role model.
You are.
And
You're their everything.
If it's going to be, it's up to me. And, you know, when you have these expenses of children, because I started out the same time with the other ITEX members, and they said, how did you succeed so much faster than we did? I go, did I tell you I had 5 children? I said,
I'm invincible.
there is no failure in that.
Yeah.
And so I had to do the juggle, you know, wake up at 6 a.m, go to my home office, work on things, and take the kids to school, then go to my office off site, and then do that, and then at 3:00 go pick up the kids. And you know, I was fortunate enough that we figured out, hey, buy a building by the school, so if I forgot to pick them up, they could walk. Yes, I'm one of those moms.
Yeah.
Never going to win the Mother of the Year contest, but we taught them that. So now I have 2 sons that between those 2, they have 8 offices.
And a beautiful daughter.
Yes, our pageant queen, Miss Covergirl,
That's
Nebraska.
why I had to say beautiful.
Oh, God, she knows it. Don't tell her. Right.
You know, I recently heard, you know, this kind of this thought, I guess I'll say, is, you know, when you believe something, the reason why you really can do it is because if you can think of it and you really want it, that means your future self will have it. And the only thing that's standing in the way is you.
Absolutely.
There's no way, and no way God would put that thought in your mind
Right.
if you couldn't achieve it.
Right. Absolutely. You know,
Believing in yourself is the key.
that is the key.
Most people don't.
Right.
We get
Even
imposter
on your
syndrome.
darkest moments, don't admit it. And
Yeah.
my coach says, you know what? You're an entrepreneur. No bitching, no whining, and no complaining. So we are not allowed to complain.
Yeah. Oh, Lord. I'm really good at that part, though.
That's
At least to my fiance.
off camera, off site, off, you know, invisible ears it's okay because you have to vent. Although
True.
your clients don't want to hear
No.
it. You
Yes.
know.
Yeah.
So.
They don't need to hear what's going on in your life. They hired you for a reason to make their life better and easier,
Right.
not to hear you complain about your life.
Right.
That's very true. I love that. Okay, so we've heard throughout this podcast, cash flow. It's a trigger word. And for those of you that don't know what cash flow and you're just starting a business, Julian, you could put it here or something. There's a definition of cash flow. But anywho, so in today's economy, why is conserving cash flow more important than ever? And how can we use bartering to conserve that cash flow, to invest, whether it's back into your business or into more property or into your life because you just had a family and you just got a kid?
Well, you know, cash is still king.
Mm-hmm.
And
There's no stopping that right now.
What's that rule? Who has the cash is king? No, that's the golden rule.
No,
Not really, but anyway, it is.
Who has the cash is
the
king.
king. Right. So, you know, it's interesting because all I knew is you go listen to financial advisors and they say, put away cash. It is so true. So if you can trade for things and have the cash flow, and I was investing, and when I went to buy the building, I didn't know I could be approved. I was like, okay, well, why not? Let me try it. So I gave them my portfolio, and they looked at it and they go, huh, like, you're not going to have a problem buying a building. Because what I was able to accomplish in financial investments,
Wow.
my portfolio. And it's interesting because you're just having that cash investments. I was able to, you know, earn $50,000 in dividends.
Yeah.
You know, that says a lot because now not only do you have another source of income, those dividends are making you money, and barter is what freed up that cash flow for me to do that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there are tons of ways that you can barter through ITEX. Follow them on Facebook. Go to our website. Call the office. Talk to Terri or one of her amazing employees out there. But you know, I just want to highlight some ways that I've used ITEX because ITEX has really changed my life. But I can't even imagine the magnitude of how much it's changed your life and how much, if I applied it more,
Oh, yes.
could really increase not only cash flow for my business, but for myself. So ways that I save money through ITEX, personally, is I love jewelry, which actually
we're
I'm like, am I wearing any ITEX? Oh, I am wearing some ITEX today. These are real pearls. So, you know, got some pearls on from her. All those rings are probably hers right there.
Yep, they sure
So
are.
jewelry, she has like a float spa. She has facials. I mean, she has, you know, personal training for professional training, of course, you know, like sales and stuff like that. She has trips. I mean, she has Nebraska memorabilia. I mean, I've used her for raffles, for donations, for charity. I've used her for my business, for marketing. I've gotten tumblers from her. You know,
I purchased a Corvette, and then I turned around and I raced my Corvette on there. So I purchased.
I have not done that yet.
truck.
That's cool.
So yeah, there's like, you know, our vacations when we went skiing. That's $3,000 to $4,000.
Yeah.
You know, for the week for the kids to go skiing.
Yeah.
So this is their upbringing.
Restaurants. I mean, shoot, apparel. I mean, there's so much you can. I mean, marketing. Obviously, I mean, Humble Lion, we're on there. You also have like Daily Record. You also have like Omaha Magazine. You have all these other
Magazine, Midland Business Journal. I mean, I have
Omaha Beef.
Yep, for sponsorships.
I mean, you have golf sponsorships. I mean, literally all these things that business owners are paying in their personal life. Shoot, I think she just had like a hair salon and nails and all this other stuff. I literally could barter all that I usually get done as a female, because I like to get that stuff done.
Massage therapy is one of our most popular items.
Yeah. I mean, there's just so much that you can do to save money and barter. And
not to mention, if you own a house, window cleaning, you have carpet cleaning, you have the plumbing, you have the roofing, you have the landscaping, the lawn service, the pest control service, you know, the painting, you know, refreshing it. And
literally everything, guys. ITEX, barter better, save your money, increase that cash flow, invest it. Don't just increase the cash flow and be like, oh, I'm going to spend it elsewhere and live like now I have a better life. No, you really want to grow your life and be an entrepreneur because it's not made for everyone. That's called investing it back into your business, investing it back into your life, investing back into the property.
Absolutely. Yep.
That's reality. Or investing into your 5 children.
Right.
Because that is hard to be a mom.
One of them took college classes on trade. You know, so
really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So
I mean, a little bit of everything. So you've met thousands of entrepreneurs over the years. What separates businesses that thrive from those that struggle? You talk about how there are a lot of mom and pa's that don't make it. What is something that you've noticed in the entrepreneurs that do make it?
the ones that I see that make it the most are the ones that acknowledge that they don't know everything.
Amen to that.
So these are the ones that are taking those sales courses, customer service courses, Facebook training, QuickBooks training, that they're always in a training program. So they're, you know, I'm a true believer, if you want to earn more, learn more. So they hire business coaches, they hire physical coaches, they hire, you know, housekeepers. They stop trying to do everything themselves. Hire the maid service, hire the lawn guy,
marketing,
you know, hire the marketing stop thinking you know it all, because somebody that you could trade for can come into your company and see things through a different light, give you very educated information to help you level up your business. For the ones that stay below is because they're not leveling up, because they think they know it all. But yes, they made it this far. I'm 29 years of business. I still have a coach. I still have training. My profession is sales. That is my craft. I still train. You know, just as if I was a sports person, I have a trainer on there. If you can take all your money and educate yourself with it, even though if you have all the college degrees in the world, there is still room to learn.
I love that. You know, when you stop learning, whether you're, you know, young or you're 99 years old, when you stop learning, that's when you truly die in reality, because life is ever growing and ever learning.
It's moving fast.
There's so much new. I mean, think about 20 years ago.
We
what
didn't
we're
have
learning.
cell phones, or maybe I didn't. I did, but
But that's the point. Is like there's so much more to always learn from, and
I mean, look at this podcast. This wasn't around 20 years ago. Maybe it was, but we weren't.
it was the radio.
We weren't. We were exposed to it. Now we are.
This is Kate and Terry in the morning.
I did that. I'm a PR firm. Got me on the radio.
Of course you did.
Right.
But I 100% agree. You know, you look at all these big names, you know, whoever you want to do, whether it's Jeff Bezos or Bill Gates or some amazing politicians or entrepreneurs, whoever you look up to, you look at them and yes, you hear their name, but what you don't see is the team, the mountain of team underneath them.
Right.
They did not make it on their own. They may have started it on their own.
They were the visionary.
Yeah.
But somebody had to help execute it. Right. There you go.
I heard a little light bulb.
There you go.
But I agree. And that's something, you know, some of our clients that we work with for social media, for example, some of them are really good at social media. And when they reach out to me, they're like, hey, you know, we want some help. And I'm like, all right, yeah, I'd love to. You know, you already have, you know, like 15 to 20K followers and you're getting some good engagement already. You know, what kind of help are you looking for? I'd be happy to, you know, help increase the engagement, followers, blah, blah, blah. They're like, no, we just love what you do. We want to continue what we're doing. And honestly, I just don't have time for that. And as a business owner, that is the most important thing to do. Whether you're, even as a C-suite, not even just as a business owner, it could be a C-suite person too, because the way I look at life now, my hourly is 150. If my hour isn't spent in that value, whether it's with a relationship that's already built or a new relationship or something that I'm working and learning on myself, then how is that hour well spent?
Right.
And so those are the rooms I need to remove myself from, or those are the things that, you know, I need to focus more on. And in reality, you need to continue always learning and figure out where your time is most valuable.
Right.
If you can give one tip to an entrepreneur that is 20 years into business or 20 plus years in a business, let's say, and one tip to a startup, what would those tips be?
Oh, watch your money. Watch it.
Yeah.
All the time.
And entrepreneurs are not good at that. We like to control everything, but not our money for some reason.
Watch the money, because you know what? They laugh at me all the time, my friends. You know what? I'll save an aluminum can. I go, that's money right there. Yeah. So if you could trade for something, and even if you save $5, you know, I'm a coupon user. They laugh. They go, oh my God, you're so cheap. I am. That is who I am. I said, but you know what? I own 4 houses, 2 buildings, land, you know, so no credit cards. I got the interest rates, and there's great courses on that, on how do you watch your money. You know, there's people out there that will teach you those skills too. It's a skill.
It is. That's something, you know, I've been trying to learn that in better relationship with food, but that's a whole nother conversation. But
we have people on Trey that help you with that. There's hypnosis for that.
Shoot. I might take a few sessions, not just one on that one.
It does.
But one thing that I have learned, just from knowing some people in my life and mentors, and just, you know, reading upon others that, you know, are where I want to be one day, the ways that they stay affluent is once they start making money, they don't go out and spend it. They're penny pinchers. They'll wear that same T-shirt 5 days in a row. Hopefully wash it.
Well,
but
no. See how they're sitting it to dry clean.
No, it's the same 5 gray T-shirts, but
Yeah,
it's
that's
every
smart.
day. It's a different shirt. It's Monday gray shirt. Okay.
No,
But-
we're not judging them.
No, we're not judging. But the point is that the reason why is because they're smart with their money. Once they start making money, they're not going out and splurging it on name brand clothes and all this stuff. Sure, they might do that here and there for events that they need to.
Right.
But you look at them, they're walking around and they're in sweats and T-shirts.
I have many millionaires that are ITEX, and when people find out the name, they go, why are they bartering? I go, this is how they got there.
Yeah.
You know, it is about the cash flow. It is about pinching those pennies. It is about taking on. If you have stuff in your garage, you have 3 snowblowers. Why do you have 3? Give me 2 of them to barter off for something else. Maybe you need the carpet cleaned, you know.
Yep.
So, or
Yep.
those types of things. But even health, not everybody has health insurance. So I have those chiropractors, the dentists, the
Hormone health.
yeah, absolutely. The alternative health. Not everything has to be done through traditional doctors.
Yep.
So we have those programs, and we have retreat programs. We have, mental health programs and cryotherapy, float therapy, health therapy, the other one through the healing room. So take care of your body.
Yeah.
You got to take care of your body, your soul, and
You
your
only
mind.
have one of those.
Correct.
And as an entrepreneur, I am guilty of this, so I can't preach. But one thing,
go hiking. Don't.
I am trying to do better. I'm doing better this year, but
Yeah.
I
seen you. You still beat me running on the beach.
I was dying.
I could keep up with you. I go, oh, I got this. Like, okay, I'll catch up later.
But I mean, that's the point, though. Is I did for I'm going 3 years into the business, and the first 2 years I gained like 30 pounds because all I focused on was the business. And I even tried pushing away my fiance and everything because we started dating when I first started my company as well. And I tried pushing out the relationships,
That's your balance, girl. That's what keeps
but
you
that's
whole.
exactly,
Okay.
exactly. I mean, I look back at all of it and I'm like, if I didn't have my fiance, like, sure, I would still have the business and sure, I'll still be alive and
But you'll
well.
resent your business if you don't have balance.
But I probably wouldn't have made it as far. I have 2 big dogs. He helped me take care of them.
Oh,
when the months of being a
see?
business owner too. I mean, when you're
Neglected the
first
children.
yeah, our children. But no, I mean, when you're a business owner, you might have a month that's 5,000. You might have a month that then after that's 10,000. Then you might have a month that's 50, and then you might go back down to 20, and then you might go down to 75, up to 75, not down. You don't want to be negative.
I get it, yeah.
But that's the point of being a business owner, is like he was there to also support me as a partner. And so earlier this year, from one of our guests in our podcast before, Lisa with HDM Core, Terri, and I love her.
Yes, absolutely.
But she made me do this exercise, and it's I am. And I just kept saying, I am this, like I am a female, I am an entrepreneur, I am a good partner. And then I was like, am I a good partner actually? I don't
I heard
think
some
so.
of the stories. I had to lecture
How I choose
you.
work over, I mean, shoot, we were going to Colorado 2 weeks ago, and I was like, no, we cannot leave at 7 a.m. We have to leave at 8 a.m. because I have to go to a 6:30 a.m. networking group. I was literally still on the day that we're choosing to go on a vacation together to celebrate our engagement. I was like, no, the morning of, I have to network.
Well, it's okay to squeeze both of them in.
That's what
that
I
was a
think.
morning one.
But-
He was asleep anyway.
But it matters to him,
that you choose that over him.
exactly. Like, he needs to be a priority as well. My health needed to be a priority. My relationship with food, my relationship with the gym, my relationship with, like you said, hiking and all this other stuff. I have now become outdoorsy because, first of all, I used to love that a lot when I was younger. And that's one of the reasons why I went to college in Colorado, was to hike and backpack and do all these amazing things. But I lost the light of it because of working so much.
Right.
And now as I'm doing it, I realize this is a workout too.
Right.
But it's something I love.
You can find, if you find that balance, you'll find that you could get the same amount of work done in less time.
Yeah. Work smarter, not harder. And again,
Right.
that's about time value as well.
Correct.
That's what I was looking back at. I work out with a friend of mine, and she's a startup. She just recently went, jumped off that leap of faith cliff and into entrepreneurship. And she's like, I'm going to these, networking groups, but I'm not really getting much out of them yet. And I was like, well, it does take time. It is about relationships, but also you have to look at the value in the room too. Is it filling your cup in reality? Are you there because you want to be and you're hoping you're going to get something out of this, or you actually are going to get something out of this?
Or is she giving? Sometimes, people show
It
up
is
to
a
these
two-way street.
Yes,
That is
You know
that
what?
is the Omaha networking community. It is a two-way street. People give and get, but I know she does give.
Okay.
I think, at the end of the day, it's again who you surround yourself with, and networking includes that too. You outgrow some circles.
Right.
And that's the reality of it. You have to grow too. Like you said, you have to continue learning.
Right.
And that's part
Right.
of growing.
Yep.
whether that's pivoting the business or growing from your network or whatever it may be.
Right. Bring values. Some people come and they sit back. Well, bring some tidbits, some knowledge, and then you are looked at differently because you have information that nobody's heard of, so you could offer that up and they're like, oh, they might have something, and then maybe I want to be more connected to that person.
Referrals is another good way too. You can bring referrals for those that are not, in your industry, if you really want to, be like that too. Sometimes, honestly, I even give referrals to people in my industry for things that I don't want to do, like this podcast room. This is all amazing. I love all of this, but do I want to do all this myself? I'm going to leave it to my experts, which I wish I could turn the camera and show you. So, Julianne, just pop up Denlis's face or something.
There you go.
But I mean, that's the great thing about partnerships. Like, that is something, of course we could invest in and stuff, but like I see so much value to what he has already built here. Why not use our strengths and give each other those referrals and grow our companies together?
Correct.
And so that in reality is the biggest thing too.
What would I give advice to
the new entrepreneur?
Stay in your lane. I think you
stay
brought
your niche.
Yes. Stop trying to do everything. And so just do what you
or
do
serve everyone. When people tell me that everyone is their customer, I'm like,
no.
Oh Lord, we'll talk in a few years when you need to talk, because it's gonna happen, or the business is going to shut, because everyone is not
your customer. Absolutely.
But Humble Lion, we do quite a bit of different things. Just like, ITEX, you do a lot of different things. But what you're known for is what you're known for. And that's really what your niche should be.
Correct.
At the end of the day, what we're known for is our social media reels. And although we love doing these podcasts and we do radio advertisements, billboards, yard signs, sponsorships, whether it's golf or bee football or whatever it is. We do all of that fun stuff as well, merch as well. But what we're known for is social media marketing, and that's our lane. And that's why we work with all these different companies for that as well.
Right.
It's partnerships.
Yep.
So partnerships, I love talking about that. How has partnerships, or how has supporting small businesses improved not only your business, but also your community as well? And why is that important to you?
Well, I work with 19 nonprofits. So what I do for them is anywhere from $100,000 to $200,000 in private donations through trade credits. What I'm also helping them is to offset their cash expenses by buying that Las Vegas trip and auctioning them off at their gala, or catering. There's a whole gambit, where we could save them $5,000 to $10,000 per event. That's just one of them. But I think the relationships that I built with my clients, they all have knowledge in other areas. So Carol Cole has been my past partner in the building. She owned a hair salon. We just grew together, and she taught me real estate. And of course, I don't know much, but faith and trust and a lot of these clients, because sometimes their kids get in trouble and they call me up, Terri. And I said, oh yeah, we'll call this attorney, we'll get this done. Or they need to liquidate. And I said, oh yeah, we'll get a truck over there, we'll get this done. Just ideas, because of being in business 29 years, we've seen a lot. And we probably have experienced most things at least once to 10 times that we could solve those problems. But it comes down to the communication, because I've had people or they're going through divorces. What do you think? Well, let's start with marriage counseling. Do you think it's solvable?
Or the lawyer.
Or that's the
I need to get there.
I want to offer. But then there's the kids. And,
I have to get there.
Maybe they needed the birthday party, and hey, well, let's set up the birthday party and put that aside. And so I've have a lot of life experiences, but I've also seen my clients grow. I've seen their kids grow. I've seen their kids graduate from college. I've seen them have weddings. I've seen them have babies. So I've
lifelong clients.
Lifelong, and I love it because I get to go to those events. I find out things before even.
She is actually going to be my maid of honor. So FYI, literally is going to my wedding and going to be in get it.
She wants me to barter everything. So I'm in
That's
the
not why. I mean,
Doesn't hurt.
I do love that. That's a cherry on top.
Right?
We're not gonna act like
There
that
you go.
elephant is not in the room.
Right? And we like to have fun.
we do. But I mean, honestly, I mean, my next question is, how did you find your mentor? But before we even get into that too, and I know you have multiple mentors, but like for me, I mean, I look up to you as, we work together. So I'm your client. You're my client as
Correct,
well.
yes.
I mean, we're networking together. So we're professional field together.
We show up.
We do show up. We show
show
up
up.
and you hear us.
We are the party.
Yeah. And so like we've always clicked and, and we've grown this friendship and it's like it's like this weird friendship. Like you're like my sister, but also somehow like my mom and my mentor.
Oh, I know, because you forget to bring food. I bring the food. I go here.
She does take care of me. I am not fun hangry. But no, I mean, it's just like you grew into this amazing friend of mine, but in reality as well, like you're a great mentor as well.
Thank
Seeing
you.
29 years in business. Most people don't even make it past 5 years into business.
I know. This is what my 29-year-old business says. Hey, Terry, you stayed in business, so did I. I said, right, we're high-fiving each other. That's a good thing. Right.
See, and that's just something special. And, you talked about how it's important to support small businesses and the community and the people within the community and the mentors. How can entrepreneurs get more involved with their communities so they can also bear the fruits of, being a servant? I always say a woman who serves is a woman who leads.
Absolutely,
in reality.
yeah.
Like if you put yourself first, you have your faith, you treat people well, you work smarter, not harder. You definitely work
I don't
hard.
know about that, but okay.
But
I like working, so I can't even stop working because it's just not even work. It's so fun.
I just posted about how I went to all these networking events in the last 2 weeks, but within the last 2 weeks, I've traveled so much too. And like I'm finally learning, and which is so rare. I've not ever felt this in my short adult life so far. I am only 30.
Okay.
But I mean, since even high school, whenever I worked, I always worked hard. And then when I was in politics or when I was in internships in DCs or overseas, I literally was always the leader. I was the lead intern. I was the leader of the project. I was doing all this. And then I went to, the professional field. I was the leader into that. And it just, I don't know, it just felt like it became a part of, who I was. But finding these mentors and finding the groups really has shaped who I am. So how do you find your mentors?
They find me.
Yeah, that's the truth. But you have to be in the right environment.
Setting.
Yeah.
So I am is there that one word that it explains you? I'm omnipresent. I'm everywhere. It's just I expose myself. It doesn't mean I'm on 24/7.
She barters in person and marketing. That's what she means.
So you invite me to a book signing, I'm there. You invite me to the baby shower, I'm there. So just making myself available and present. If I'm not able to make it, I try to make my appearance or send my gift to them.
So in short, then you just have to show up for your community. You have to build the relationships. It's a two-way street, and in reality, you'll find your people. And I mean, your people can change. Like I said too, I started in different networking groups. I was heavily. I mean, that's how. I mean, we even became closer as well. It was my White Peak group. I kept inviting you to it, and so I had this young professional group, and I was on the board all 3 years. The last year, I served as president. And the reason why is because I ended up moving to Omaha because of this group. I ended up finding the love of my life because of this group. And ended up starting my business because of this group. And now the group doesn't exist anymore. I stepped down last year.
You know what? But the relationships do.
The relationships still do. And I often think, I'm like, gosh, should I restart the group? And, because I miss it. I do miss the people in the group. I think that's the biggest thing. Because we have fun too. I mean, but
we can go to any group.
Yeah, that's the reality too. And I think about it as well. Like I restarted, it'll still be a great group. I mean, it is a great group, but where I'm at in my business now, I have to move on.
Right.
And that's the reality of it.
Right.
Being a business owner is your circle will change.
I recently got invited to speak to a Rotary Club, and I went to the Rotary Club, and the guy said, "Terry, you remember me? I was in your networking group." And this was 27 years ago.
Lord.
So
I remember someone I met yesterday.
Right. But I'm just trying to point out that they cycle around.
Yeah.
You'll still be in a group,
Yeah.
but it'll be a different setting
Yeah.
on there. So you don't really ever lose a relationship.
And you shouldn't if that relationship is real and genuine.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, shoot. I mean, you weren't even part of the YP group, but you came to all the socials as like an honored guest, and like so you were always there, but you weren't in that weekly meeting. We're not in any like Synosphere or any other weekly groups as well together, but our relationship
continues.
Yeah, because we're meant to work together.
Like we'll be invited to other events, and we show up. Hey, when did you get invited?
We didn't even know that I didn't know that you were invited. Oh, you were invited. It's gonna be a fun time. But
yeah, I sent you a text.
You know, you didn't read it.
But not.
Sorry, I just got done with my 12-hour day, but you know. But you know.
Oh my God! Remember the time you called me at midnight? And I answer the phone. What are you doing? Salsa dancing. You got to come to this event and set up tomorrow. I go, what time? 12. Okay, I'll be there.
At midnight.
I go,
a
well,
little
you called
tipsy.
me at midnight. She goes, I knew you'd answer.
I know you're up. I just wanted to let you know I signed you up for this event. You're having a table there.
That was funny.
No, I love that. That's an inside look at our relationship here. We're very spontaneous, and we're like she said, we're everywhere. I think the biggest thing too is, going back to what we were talking about. There's a saying, and I think about it quite a bit because I think about the people that I surround myself with, because I want to be, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. I want to learn. I want to be around people that challenge me. And the 5 closest people that you surround yourself are the people that you're most like as well. They have so much influence on your life.
Right.
If you're, for example, for Britton, my fiance, he went through his own, health journey, and he was pretty healthy, just like myself when we first started dating. But because I had such bad habits, and then he introduced desserts into my life. I don't think I've ate so much desserts until I met this man. Like, I would have chocolate for like Valentine's.
His metabolism can process it.
I can't
keep up with them.
And then he can lose weight faster too. I can't do that. I can't do that. But he introduced these things, and so we were like kind of a bad influence to each other in that. And we look back, we're like, oh, we influenced each other on this. Whenever you try to get better, I was like, oh, one more chocolate bar won't matter. Whatever.
Hold each other accountable.
Exactly. Right. And so now we're taking it seriously. Like we will guilt each other.
There is a wedding, and there is a
wedding. There is a wedding. Granted, there is a wedding, but it's also like for the future of our health too. We're getting married. Not only for us to live together, for forever. We want to live forever together. But, we also want to be healthy for our kids as well.
Trust me.
They'll work you out.
Trust me, when they're drowning in the pool, you better be able to run across that whole pool room and jump in the water and save that kid.
So I was tossed in the pool when I was young, and I just learned how to swim. That explains why my brain works the way it does.
Aquatots on trade that could help you with that.
There you go. I should go now. But, I look at that, and now we really do push each other. And I look at, I had this business idea, and I was like, gosh, but I want to own my own brick and mortar. But it doesn't make sense having an office. I told a few other clients, they're like, well, I need this, or I need a second office, or I need blah, 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 or I want to expand to Omaha. And it's just like, I'm talking to them as friends because some of my clients like you have become closer friends.
Right.
And they're like, well, I want to hop on this.
Right.
And it's so cool to be surrounded by people that are like-minded, that are go-getters, that are challenging themselves.
They have that vision.
Whether it's financially, physically, emotionally, spiritually even. I started reading the Bible again last year because of one of my clients.
Oh, that's awesome.
Literally, I haven't opened up the word in decades.
Okay.
And because that was his 20... Ugh, seal got gone. He's like, oh, hold your breath. But because it was one of his 2025 goals... I asked him, I did this workshop for our business owners last January. And at the end of the workshop, I gave everyone this worksheet. And I told them, as a business owner, You have to be balanced, which we talked
Oh,
about.
I remember. I went to that at the coffee shop.
It was at the Players Club.
Okay.
But you probably did
Went
do that
to-
one because I
yes.
did that for 2026.
Right.
So I did do
Okay.
an updated version for that one. But this one was in 2025, so the first year I did it. And so this one was for our business owners. That one was for a different one, outside the box networking. All these
Okay.
networking groups. And so, all amazing, just FYI. And so, room full of 30, 40 people in there. And at the end of it, I asked them, there's personal, there's financial, there's professional, and then there's relational. What are your goals for all of those? And so I asked them to say one goal. And a great client of mine, which I want to get him on here too, because he's probably going to be a bridesmaid too.
Okay.
Is a Drake Roller with FM Junket. And he said, well, I really want to spread the word of God more.
That's so awesome.
And people that have lost their faith, whether it was for their own reason or maybe they're bullied or somehow have just lost the way and they feel that God has been calling to them, this is I want this to be their sign. And I was like, gosh, I have been thinking about it lately. I would drive a lot and I'd go on these long drives, when I worked for the company before I started my company. And I would meditate a lot on those drives and I'd have full-on conversations. And so my spirituality started opening back up. And I was like, maybe there is something out there. Maybe I am just like closing it off because of a bad experience. And, I was like, all right, well, maybe I'll find my Bible that I haven't seen in like 2 decades and didn't give another thought. A few days later, I was at Story's Coffee. Notorious for one-on-ones. I mean,
Right.
I've been there for years, even before I started my company. And I was in between meetings, and I had to go use the restroom. And I went to the restroom, opened the stall, used the restroom, came out, and I was like, what is that? There's a book on the table. I washed my hands. I'm like, it doesn't mean anything. Someone must have forgot their book. And then immediately, I back up.
The Bible.
What is that? Washing my hands. This has a sticky note on it. I wonder what that says. So I dry my hands, walk to the Bible, look at it. It says, please take me.
Oh, no, that's the sign right there.
And it's this cute little black Bible with some mountains on it. I love mountains, of course, too. I started, flipping it open, and I felt like, I don't know, this connection. And then I thought to myself, gosh, there's people out there that can't afford a Bible, and that should be for them, not for me. And I put it down, and I don't know if it was me or if it was God or whatever. I literally felt, no, this is for you. And because of that, it has brought so much clarity into my life. I thought I was opening up to maybe judge it or just to make my friend happy. And I ended up opening up and, joining, a friend's, Bible
study.
Joining that and, opening myself up to new experiences and learning again and learning the love of Christ.
There it is. Learning.
There
it is.
Key to life.
Yes.
Even when you thought you
absolutely.
knew something, your perception was key. Your perception can change.
It's interesting because I was in a prayer group. It was a study how to pray. And I thought, okay, what's this class about? It's a 6-week course.
How do I pray?
Well, there's 6 different ways you can pray. But in any event, so the father's sitting at our table, and one of the women say, well, I only ask for what I need to pay my bills. And of course, I'm an entrepreneur sitting in the prayer group. I said, well, I think if you get too much money, you could give it to the church. You do not, I said, your cup's always flowing over. There's no such thing as, a person that walks with God that you should only ask for what you can pay your bills. I said, ask for more so you can help other people. Give money to the church. Give money so they can give away free Bibles. Give money to, the people that are homeless. And so take it. This is, God's free will for you to be successful. And I go, because there are, differences how people view it, but being blessed by God in being an entrepreneur and being able to receive is one of the things that we constantly do. We have a budget of just giveaway. You see me at every empowerment, at anybody that asks me for a donation, in-kind donation.
No hesitation. Yeah.
We have it.
I just go in your office at this point. I know where to grab. I know the pile.
There it is. Just
let Terri know.
Right? They go, okay, she's got it there for you guys, just so we can share our blessings with the rest of the people. The barter has allowed us to do that. It's a lot, when the church said, do you want to help? And I said, no, not really. But I could give you $200 in donates to get. They go, we like donuts. Right?
Who doesn't?
That was my contribution to the
Yeah.
church. Versus, I don't have additional time, and I'm very stingy about my time. But I was able to still
giving
help
back though is very important, whether it's monetary or whether it's gifts or whether it's your time. I mean, that's something. For me, when I was president of that networking group, my time I was giving to that group.
You gave a lot.
I did. And I love the group and I love the people in it. And I wanted to help everyone.
I've always liked it when you came and say, hey, we're having an event. We need some prizes. Oh, thank you for including me.
I'll do 3 different prizes.
Right. And then you go, I'll let you speak. Okay, I'll give you 3. Right.
But I mean, even, when I have to think about it, like when you're volunteering your time, you have to volunteer it wisely as well. And I mean, for me too, like my job, my business is my purpose. But even then, without serving my community, I lose my purpose as well.
Right.
And so like volunteering is a huge thing for me as well. Whether that's, going down to the Stevens Center and helping, during lunchtime or, doing some yard work for your elderly neighbor or whatever it is, like it kind of like it's selfish. Like it fills my cup as well.
Absolutely.
Like I'm helping you help me.
With the fireworks on 4th of July, there was an elderly couple and they were going down the sidewalk and you could tell she was struggling, pushing her husband in the wheelchair. And I said, ma'am, can I help you? She goes, oh my gosh, so many people.
The little things.
I didn't realize I have to go walk that far, but I was, let's do it.
You're like, I didn't know what I signed up for. I thought it was across the street.
They needed the help, and they couldn't thank me enough. But that was, I was walking the same direction. Why not help them?
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, God has blessed us, and I think about that all the time as well. As like, how can I give back to my community? How can I be better? I mean, on top of that too, I think God has not only blessed us for that, and we should give back, but also realize the God-given talent that you're given as well, and value yourself as an entrepreneur. Do not, overexert yourself. When the airplane's going down, you still have to help yourself first.
Absolutely.
And that's a big thing too, is I notice some entrepreneurs, the reason why they don't last is because they give, and then they don't have the value. And I was first year, my package was like, I think 60% off of, no, it was 80% off when I very first started. And I mean, part of it was also learning the market, understanding that and my competitors and what the true value of my time was and all that stuff. But a part of it was I felt bad for asking for money from my clients.
Yeah.
That even though I did the work and I'm giving them the results they want, it felt wrong.
Mindset.
It is a mindset.
There's books on that. Yeah.
But the reason why I felt that way is because what I was doing felt like the back of my hand, like easy. Oh, it's just, a social media video, or because I just gave you
did it
advice.
Effortlessly.
And because it's a God-given talent.
Right.
When I first started Humble Line Consulting, I did it as a hobby. Someone told me, hey, I like your ideas, bottle up, and I will buy it. And then he gave me my second and also my third client. And then I got Ollie the Trolley, and I realized this may be more than just me getting paid to just talk the crazy stuff that's going on in my head.
Right.
Or shoot a video with my phone.
There you go.
And it's just like, you have to value your community, you have to value others, and you have to value yourself.
Absolutely.
That's the reality of it. Well, Terri, I know we're coming to the end of this.
Okay.
I know. I honestly, I feel like we talked about work, but we also talked a lot about like our personal lives, like how that intertwines with entrepreneurship. We've even talked about God. I think this is the first time we talked about God on this podcast. So let's see how that goes. I think it's awesome. We're God-fearing.
There's so many
spread the word.
Christian-based businesses out there. It's just, it's awesome. I get to hear them, also. And
you get aligned with the right people then as well.
Well, they also, it's interesting because a lot of them have allowed me to pray for them. you know, and so because if they're going through cancer or they're going through something personal in their life, their family's not doing well, or, you know, so I get to be part of that life too.
Yeah, you know, I'm never going to be afraid to say who I am as well, as long as it doesn't hurt other people and vice versa.
Right.
You know, I believe saying who I am and being genuine and authentic will align me with the right people. And I mean, I think that's part of his work as well. But if some of, you know, the clients I work with are not Christians, or, I mean, I'm wearing right now, you know, a cross for Christianity and then a kutta for Sikhism. And because I grew up and my mom's, you know, Christian, my dad's from India. And so I grew up, you know, going to both those churches. But yeah, I still read the Bible. You know, it's different. So I'm open-minded to people as well. And so as long as you don't hurt other people, I think that's the biggest thing in reality.
Right.
Like you cannot do that. But no, I think being who you are, being authentic, and just staying true and being, you know, being a good person and good faith will align you with the right people. So
There you go.
why not be yourself? I'm a God-fearing woman.
There it is.
Terri, one last thing, anything else you want to share with the world as we have you, or any closing statement that you maybe want to say to an entrepreneur that is maybe struggling right now, this moment, whether they're just starting or whether they're 29 years into business?
My favorite saying is cash is king, but barter is better.
I wonder where she got that from. All right. You heard it from Terri. Cash is king, but barter is better.
Stay out of debt.
Stay out of debt. Stay in school, kids. Don't do drugs. Why are you laughing at me? All right, y'all. That's out for us. Terri, thank you so much for joining. This was such a fun
opportunity.
Thank
you.
Yeah, fun opportunity for you. Fun podcast session for me.
Right.
Really enjoyed having you on the air. And
like, we don't get together enough. Like, oh yeah, I'll do a podcast. I can see you.
like I don't know your life. All right, we're out. See ya.
Thank you.